Great. So what does it take to produce a film that's in virtual reality?
That is the hardest part. You're asking me the hardest question about the VR world because, in real life, everything that we are doing right now is virtual reality. Your mic, the camera, everything is virtual reality. But then the thing is, it also takes us to ponder about, what has that been affecting us, about human connections, about our love, about, our communications. And then there's a space that is so unlimited. So it actually took us so much time to go so far and then backtrack to stick to what we want to tell our audiences, what we want to share. And that is not an easy part to reset everything. But then, I'm going to just do a little introduction so everybody can, get a little, perhaps a good surprise when they watch LUZ.
Well, my next question for you is, being a female producer or a woman producer, it's a lot of us, but it's not a lot of us, right? So what does it feel like for you to, be working on this film, representing women?
Being a female, I think we have some good advantages because we know how to be hard and how to be soft. But at the same time, I think sometimes for executions, operations in terms of film productions, we usually think about let's go hard. We have to be tough. We have to be strong. But then we have to also learn how to strike the balance to be water, to be flexible. Use our feminine energy. To get things soft, get things like cruise easily, cruise smoothly. I think that kind of balance of how to dance with, our energies is very important for all female workers, in this very male-dominating world.
Yeah. Well, my last question for you is, you talked about communications, just better communicating with each other because of the virtual reality. So how are you guys able to show those relationships within the movie, even though it was virtual reality?
Say it again. Do you mind to say it again?
Yes. So how are you guys able to show your relationships, although there were virtual reality? Because, like you said, there is a fine line in between that. There's kind of a distance. So how are you guys able to show that emotion in those relationships, even though it was kind of revolving around virtual reality?
I think that's exactly the hardest part, a very fine line to tread, between the two worlds, and two worlds is essentially one world. So we try not to do something that's overly complicated, just that that we are in a virtual world, but then it doesn't lose the human touch, the human emotions, because after all, we are still the controller of our little avatar, in a virtual world. So, something, it doesn't leave us, even if we are so-called in a different realm. But then the virtual world and the real world, we have very fine-tuned special effects. So without being, being very overly done, sci-fi, that kind of feelings, you can visually tell the difference. But at the same time, again, the emotions, you can feel it's all the same wherever we are.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. In the end, everything will be carved in stone.